All right, hey, it's Mike here. Make once, build lab. So I just wanted to go over this because this is really important. I know that inside of the Build Lab group, I talk a lot about organic marketing, because, not because it's the fastest, not because, well, it is basically the best, but because it's so important to know what is going to actually work before you start throwing money at things. So I call this little training Maximizing Online Success, Organic First, Ads Second. So in the beginning, and the goal here is to help you understand why organic content is crucial before investing in ads. Now, I know people that never use ads ever, and they're doing multiple seven figures per year with very inexpensive products, and they're just extremely consistent, and they stick to what they're doing. That being said, in the beginning, when I first got into this in a serious way, like where I really was like, okay, I'm not going to do agency anymore. I'm not going to have an agency anymore. I'm not going to do this, big done for you thing and all that stuff. Not that I don't ever or won't ever do that again, but that wasn't going to be the sole focus. And I said, I am done, working crazily around the clock. I want to be able to maximize leverage and get the biggest bang for the buck, right? And have more time. So I transitioned into basically selling what I had learned in the agency through experience. I went from, having like 20 to 40 clients at one time as an agency to pulling my hair out, which I eventually pulled it all out, apparently. And then, it was just a hassle. And I thought, man, let's leverage. So I went to ads and I went to selling courses. I didn't do organic first. And this was a big mistake, hence the red X by ads before organic. If I'd have went out there first and really focused on building out a good organic understanding of my audience, and really for 90 days, let's say, or, depending on how hard you wanted to put out content, I would have learned what message worked and all these things. And I tell you that to tell you this: when I first started doing ads, if I wouldn't have had the agency first and I had a little bit of stockpile of money built up, I would have went broke, because it cost me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to figure out what was going to actually work with ads. And so I don't want people to lose a bunch of money when they can just, slow down to go fast, if you will. They can start posting organically and figure out what resonates and what works. So that's my goal here, is I want to share with you that it's not about not doing ads. I'm all about ads. It's not about organic only. That's not the point here. The point is this: you need to understand organic content. Okay, so what is it? Well, the definition of it is you're going to create content, whether it's audio, text, pictures, and video. Video is my favorite because you can wrap all of that into one thing. And to me, it's just quicker. But you put that out there on the internet, and you're basically helping people get to know, like, and trust you. And the reason why they would trust you, know you, and like you is because you're out there gaining authority and you're gaining credibility by actually helping people before you ask them to pay you to get help. And when you do this, you pick a topic, something that you're going to do, problem you're going to solve, or you already know what that is. You're going to start posting. You're going to post things that help them find out who you are. That you're going to post things to let them know what you're about, what you're against, what you're for, what is your weakness, right? What are things that you're really strong at? And then you're going to help them actually get the answer solved. You're going to help them get results. You're going to help them most of the way there. They're going to pay you for the full thing to unlock the gates. So you put out this content on a regular, consistent basis, consistent being the most important word in all of this. And you really put out there how you can actually solve this problem. And you do that slowly through just showing them short little things, just like I'm doing with you right now. And then you realize, wow, these things are really taking off. And let me pull up here real quick. Let me pull up my TikTok channel real fast, and I'll just show you how this works. So when I went out there and did this in this new venture here, Make Once, which is years old at this point, but it seems new, I very first went out there and I talked about how to grow on YouTube, 262,000 views. That was no ads. I just put that out there and I learned, wow, people really care about this. So I can double down on that. I could run ads to this thing and really push it out there. And then I did another one where I was talking about the funnel and how, the sales funnel works and things like that. Again, 20,000 views organically came out. I could put ads behind that. It would just continue to explode. As it is small, so it is large. Then I did this Christmas special where I'm showing people, it's actually going on right now. I just posted this one. Let's look at this real quick. If you're somebody that wants to make $7,000 in 20 days before Christmas. Okay, I posted this 5 days ago. It's already got 16,000 views on it. And people are like, yes, please. Yes, yes, please. Let's go. Merry Christmas. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. And this particular campaign in about 5 days has made almost $3,000 with a low ticket item. My point in saying this is when you go out there and you actually understand what the audience wants and you really get to think through this and you can find out, hey, what is my core message and what problem am I solving? Okay, so this is in essence, this is my action item for you. Okay, I've got a either below this down in the comments, or there's a post if you're watching this inside of the group. I want you to put down below, what is your core message and what problem do you solve? Because I've just recently been doing this with people and I find out that what they think the problem is that they're solving and what the problem is that they're actually solving is two different things. So people are posting content and because they think they know what the problem is and it's actually not the problem, they're talking out there about this stuff and nobody's listening. Because if you're not talking about somebody's problem, nobody can hear you. So if you're not building an audience, see, audiences, they start to show up around things that are interesting to the audience. Like at a concert, an audience forms because people are interested in the music. If you see out in the wild a bunch of animals in a circle around something, maybe they're a bunch of coyotes, there's probably something interesting in the middle of that circle that they're really forming an audience around, right? So if people are not forming an audience around you online, then your message is wrong. You're not addressing the actual problem. So what I want you to do is put below this what you think your core message is and the problem you solve. And here's how you would answer the core message thing. I just want to give you this. I help blank to blank by blank. Okay, so what goes in these blanks? I help my niche to solve this problem by this method. So you should be able to put that down below and we'll look through those. I'll reply to those and I'll check those out and we'll see, do you actually know what the problem is? Okay, because a lot of you think you know what the problem is, but you don't. And because of that, you're not being heard. You're not interesting. And so the content's not working. But the moment you continue to work on it and it does start working, then we can start putting ads to things and it'll just amplify it. So transitioning to paid advertising. So when to transition? You're ready to start using ads when you have a consistent audience, like we just talked about, engaging and forming around your message, and your message is crystal clear. When I go out on the internet and I talk about how to make money every single day by selling your advice online, that rings bells. People want to know that. When I talk about the funnels and I talk about YouTube and I talk about content and I talk about these things, bang, it starts happening, right? So, the ads are going to amplify. So if it's proven to work on its own, in an organic state, it will work even more when you put power to it, advertising. Okay, so it's like a gas that's already, it's like gas on a fire that's already burning. If you can do the work to get the logs burning and you get them, a little flame and stuff going there and it's burning, if you pour gas on it, it'll just woof, take off, right? As it is small, so it is large. So you want to make sure that you get the logs burning. You want to get a fire burning first before you go throwing gas on it. If you just throw gas on a bunch of logs that aren't lit, you're going to waste a bunch of fuel. You understand? So we've got to understand when we are forming, when an audience starts forming around us, and we're starting to get sales, and we're starting to get leads, and we're starting to get likes, and we're starting to get comments, and people are engaging and resonating, as I showed you here with this. Look, The moment I said this, what happened here? I said, hey, free coach where I'm going to take people through all steps to make 7K by Christmas. Watch the offer, and I look forward to seeing you. And then down below, I said, put Christmas and all this stuff if you listen to this here. And people are like, yeah. And then I put up a funnel. Okay, so if people go to this, the funnel I went to, which is the Christmas Cash Accelerator here. So if I go to that, okay, this here, just a basic, it didn't even matter how cool the landing page was. It didn't matter. The message was right. And so when I go here, I've had hundreds of people opting in for this and spending money. Low ticket, high ticket. It's incredible. But I'm not even asking them to spend. It's a completely free training, 20 days. 20 days step-by-step coaching. It's completely free. On the next page, they just click a button and the training starts. So, and then inside of the training, I'm making offers to help them even faster, even easier, even better. They don't have to do it, but they can. So I've got the message there, right? Okay. So think about this now. And we just talked about this, okay? So almost $3,000 in 5 days with a low ticket offer because I organically found the message first, and then I can juice it up with some TikTok ads or whatever kind of ads I want to do on it, okay? All right. Let's go to the next one. So the first principles of web traffic generation. I just want you to really get this understood. So content is king, right? The importance of valuable content, whether it's paid or organic. Content, when you stop paying for them, they're gone. But valuable content that you put out there where people know, like, and trust you, they see the value, they see what you're about. When you put that out there, it stays out there forever, working for you like just little armies of people out there, little robots running around the internet and finding people that are interested in what you're interested in and helping people with and showing them what to do and basically getting them from their current situation to their desired situation. That stuff's out there driving leads to you constantly, and you can always go back and re-energize it with ads. So it's so important that you understand the value of good content and the diversification. So there's different sources of traffic. The core principles and the ways to get traffic are search engine optimization. Okay. You're putting out content like this is a YouTube video and it's out there on YouTube and it's running around the internet and finding people that are interested in this kind of thing. And it's bringing in traffic. People are going down in the description. They're clicking on the links. They're going to the funnels. They're buying stuff. And it just keeps doing that over and over and over and over. And if it takes off and it fires up, I can always go there and boost it and run ads to it and turn that message into something that can just amplify like gas on a fire. You have social media. Okay, so you can go post on social media each day. I love posting on social media each day, just like this post right here. Okay, and I can use this in millions of different ways, right? So then I can do email marketing. Okay, people will join my list. They want to get valuable emails each day, teaching them how to make money daily, selling their advice online. And then I can always run ads to that. But if I solely rely on ads and I don't diversify, then what happens is as soon as I stop paying for ads, it dies. But there's something else that happens with ads, and I'll show you that here in a minute, okay? But actionable tips, I want you to just understand the value of posting at least 3 times per day, ideally. And you can get people to help you do this. And ideally would be 7 times per day, right? Ideally, you couldn't post enough each day. You can't put out enough value in the world. It's not like, oh, you've put enough value out there. You can't do enough, but it's got to be valuable. It's got to be helpful. And there's tricks and you can learn how to do that. And I teach that actually in my free training programs. So you don't even have to pay for that. You can go check that out. And you should go live as much as you possibly can. There's nothing ever going to be wrong or against you or diminish you by hanging out with your ideal customers, learning exactly what they want so you can create the right organic content to find out what works so that you can get your message figured out so you can run ads to it. And emailing people every single day. Are you friends with people that you hang out with more or less? Right? If you email people valuable content more, they'll get to know, like you, and trust you more, which is the key unlock to get people to buy from you. Connection is currency, right? So then once you do that, once you're posting each day, once you're going out there and you're providing value, then you can use ads on the winners. So the content that's winning, the things that are resonating, go pour some gas on it. They're little fires that got started. Does this make sense? Now, let me show you why diversification is so important. I've ran hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of ads in the beginning and lost way more money than I made because, well, not than I made. I actually made quite a bit of money. I would have made more if I'd have done it the way I'm sharing with you right now. organic first, then ads. Okay. So here's what happens with ads. Let me get my little drawing tool out. Okay. Here's what happens with ads. What happens is you have these, I'll get actually something like yellow here, or actually let's go with red. Okay. So here's the ads, right? The ads are this green line right here. So when you start running ads, you start making money faster than you do with content, which is why people go to ads before content, but that's a problem. Okay. So now if you've got just loads of money falling out of your ears and just piled away and you got so much, you got to weigh it, you can't even count it because it takes too long, then you can start with ads and just go crazy, right? Just play away, right? But for most people, okay, this is how much money you're making and spending. This is over time. Okay. This is time. So the blue line is organic and the green line is paid ads. What happens with ads, just like everything else in life, it cycles. There's this S curve, right? It goes up and then your audience gets cold. You got to refigure out your message because you're now into a cold audience, right? When you start with ads, you can find a warm audience and then pretty soon it gets cold or your account gets shut down or something, just weird stuff happens, and then all of a sudden you go through this dip. Now, if you're solely relying on ads, this dip can take you out. Okay. I see it time and time and time again. And then you quit and then that's it. And you give up on something that could have radically changed your life or made things better. But with content, it's slowly over time. If you're consistently posting, what happens is you get to a point where you hit this apex point and you'll see this, and then it just rocket ship up to the right, hockey stick. And then what will happen is organic content will always beat ads, because at a certain point when you're spending money on ads, even if you keep doing it and you've got bazillions of dollars, at some point, it's called the law of diminishing returns, you will hit this place where you can't spend more to make more, because the first rule of running ads is don't lose money, right? You want to spend ad money, and then so let's say you're spending $1, you want to make at least your dollar back, but get a quality lead. Ideally, you'd like to spend $1 and get $2 back, and now you've created an ATM machine until you hit the law of diminishing returns, where you can't spend enough to reach enough audience to have there be enough audience for you to make as much money as you're spending. And then what? Well, you can decide to just say, well, that's as far as I got. But that's not usually the way an entrepreneur thinks. They want more. As you're building with ads, you're also doing content. It'll really balance this line out. And when you hit the law of diminishing returns with your ads, your organic content will have kicked in by then, and it'll start doing what we call S jumping. You're jumping this S figure right here. See the shape of an S? You jump this S and you want to start getting into S jumping. And that's how you do that. But you do that by filling in these gaps with your organic content. So when the ads slip down or something happens, you've got this organic content to come in and fill those gaps, and you don't have those lows that take you out. So it's so important that you're doing both. But if you start here first, you won't even have a lot of this at all, because you'll know the message, you'll know what works, and you can just really smooth this line out, but it's still going to hit that law of diminishing returns. You just won't lose as much money, and you'll have a lot better trip on your way there. And this would actually go up probably higher before it does this. And then if you're doing content at the same time, you would really just have a beautiful business growing, wouldn't you? That's the real key point in diversifying with content. You don't want to just do one or the other, but if you were going to do just one or the other, I would prefer that you would do organic content, because in the long run, it's going to help you, and you need to be playing long term. You need to be thinking long term with this. The key message I'm driving home here and that I want you to take with this is learn before you spend. Understand your audience and your message through organic content before spending money on ads. It's just as plain and simple as it sounds. Save resources. So avoid wasting money on ads that might not work. Use organic content to find what resonates and then fill in those gaps. Remember, we called it S jumping. And then amplify your success. So use ads to amplify content that's already proven successfully and organically, or it's already proven successful organically. Then dump gas on that fire, and then diversify traffic sources. Don't rely solely on ads. It will bite you in the butt every time. Okay. It's just the law. It's just physics. So build a robust online presence through various channels. Post organically, go live as much as you can, do SEO whenever you can. Whenever I post on anything, I try to put keywords in there. I try to use search engine optimization. And then you can partner with people that have big lists, and you can jump into their list and they can speed up that point of understanding with and money because you're going into a list that somebody's essentially referring people to you. And always build your email list. If there's anything that is more important than everything, is having a gigantic list of people that know, like, and trust you and want what you have because you can help them. So if you have any questions, I hope you got a lot from this, but use the post below or, comment below, whatever, with your questions. What do you still need help with understanding? What's your biggest takeaway here? Please put that down below so that you can get this stuck into your brain. You can help other people with your questions, and your feedback indicates what comes out next in this content. And my motivation for you is start focusing on organic content creation and build your list with a view of eventually transitioning to paid ads.